TWIG. Thank you.
There it is. There's your bio. Let me read it.
Please don't. That was awesome, though. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about Premier's, all about Premier, really, because a lot of people get into Premier, and we all get in to make money, right? Who got in to make money in Premier? Awesome. I'm so glad. Okay, I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. So what's really awesome is people get in to make money, but they really don't know about the heart of Premier. And I feel like when you go to Rally, you get that sense and you feel engulfed and you're in part of their family and you really get to know the heart of Premier. What was really amazing to me this month was that Tim and Peggy both opened up their hearts to us. And I still get chills thinking about Peggy's testimony and Tim's because they both impacted our lives quite significantly. So if you guys, I'm going to put a plug in for National Rally of next year, please save for it. Literally, if you save $50 a month, you're pretty much on your way to going. So please take the time, think about it. I know a lot of people are like, I literally did my training show like Tara just told me she did yesterday. Hey! You know, literally, if she just did it, in that way you can save it, plan for it, and tell your Premier mom you're going, and maybe they can help you get there too. But I think what's really important from my standpoint, being within 7 years, is learning and really hearing the vision, purpose, philosophy, and objectives of Premier. So, from day one, Joan and Andy's 4 reasons for starting Premier were what? Do you guys know those 4 reasons? Anyone, just call out. Go ahead.
To help moms stay home.
Yeah, okay.
Help women have businesses.
Yep, and especially for single women that needed a second source of income. Yep, anything else? There's 2 more.
Missions.
Yes, support people, especially those that are the Christians in the mission field, and to support missions. And that's the 4, and they want to help those people to help them. The thing that I thought was really cool that Andy said was these principles keep us focused on things that really matter. Serving, not sales, serving, caring, hard work, hope, and truth. We are determined that our growth should never outpace our ability to serve. Nothing is more important than service. It is defined in our beginning, has defined our growth, and it will define our future. This is the heart of how Premier Designs defines success. You will learn so much more about this business if you have a service-oriented attitude, and I promise you things will come back to you. And then, does anyone know the philosophy, even if it's broken up? Do you know what Premier Designs' philosophy is?
People first, career second.
Wow, look at this one, I love this. Yep, we believe that God created everyone with value. We believe life value should be God, family, then career. We believe in America and the free enterprise system, and we believe that people are our most important assets. All right, Premier Design's purpose.
To enrich lives.
Yes, to enrich every life that they touch, to provide people a way to define identity, achievement, and success, to meet the personal and financial needs of all that become part of Premier Designs. And then the objectives. This was one out too. It's literally what Kim said, that's actually in the objectives as well. But other things are, God demands fairness in every deal. He sets the standard and we desire to honor him, to grow wisely and profitably, to enrich every life that we touch, and to provide excellent service. So a lot of people know, okay, this is great. Well, we know, I just want to make money, but I want to tell you a little bit about the Horners. I know a lot of people that have been in the business for a little while know about them. But I feel like it's hard when you don't go to National Rally or even Regional Rally. Those 2 things you're going to learn more and more about who Andy and Joan are. Does anyone know where they immigrated from?
He came from Ireland.
Yep.
She came from Canada.
That's right. So he came over from Ireland to Canada, and then they migrated down here. So a little bit of their story, I want you guys to hear it. It's truly an American dream. They migrated to the United States in 1950, and their journey led them to Dallas, Texas, where Andy would find success with Johnson Wax, the Xerox Corporation, which I thought was very cool, and then along with Joan, Home Interiors and Gifts. God can be seen through their journey, which eventually led them to Premier Designs. Their commitment to a strong business practice and desire to serve people has grown into a multi-million-dollar company with distributors in 50 states and Puerto Rico. If you guys have not taken the chance to read By Chance or Design, this is my plug for that, especially you new jewelers and anyone that's actually seasoned, please read that book. It kind of opens your eyes of what Premier is all about. So a little bit more about Premier Designs. We're a direct sales company founded in 1985 by Joan and Andy. We're independent distributors called jewelers. Everyone asks, what do you call yourself? But do you call yourself a rep, consultation? No, I'm a jeweler. I'm the jewelry lady. Sometimes I laugh at my shows. I'm like, I didn't sign up to be a jewelry lady, but here I am. They market in all homes across the United States and Puerto Rico. And for more than 29 years, they have stayed true to their philosophy, purpose, and plan. If that's one thing that you can go into your shows, know that Premier Designs has never changed. Their hostess plan, except for those gift cards, which made it better for us, their marketing plan has never changed. You can stand behind this company because they have never changed in what they believe in. The Horner Premier Foundation was established in 1992. It was started to support special projects, ministries, and missionaries all around America and countries. Joni and Friends is just one of the many ministries that we get to hear about at some rallies, which is really awesome. And they provide outreach to thousands of families around the globe that are affected with disability. So that's one thing too that you know in the back of your mind about what Premier has to offer, and we are just a small fraction of what we get to provide for our through our shows. Also, one thing, and it's funny, when I went to Rally the first year and I heard about the scholarship program, for those of you that have high school students, they actually offer an amazing scholarship program. So anyone can apply for it. It actually just went through. They scroll through it through Rally to show who got the scholarship. But literally, it began in 1990, and they have given away $1 million in scholarships. Huge program that a lot of people don't know about. There is, I think, a couple essays that you fill out, and they literally handpick who they're going to give it to. Premier is not committed only to people, but we're committed to being eco-friendly. Did not know this either. This is awesome. Here at Premier Designs, green is our favorite color. They literally do have a ton of green all around Premier. But in our distribution center, they only use 100% biodegradable packing materials and boxes, and we reuse or recycle all cardboard boxes that received an inbound shipment. How many of you have gotten your Premier Designs incentives and it's packaged as this really weird box, taped 100 times? Literally, they reuse everything. So if you send them, like I used to send them my old boxes because I knew that they would reuse them, and I didn't want to go and recycle them. And like I think there was Tennessee or Jack's. You know, you get these big shipments of jewelry, you're like, you can't put them all in the recycling bin. I just shoot them back to Premier. They really will reuse it. So the next thing I want to kind of do is how to conduct yourself, knowing all about the facets of Premier Designs. Two things that you may or may not know of is WIR and WBP. Does anyone know what WIR stands for? What is right? That's right. And WBP. What is best for Premier? The new one that you might see is WWR. We will remember for Joan that passed away in 2010. But what you want to make sure that you're asking yourself, if something you're figuring out, like at a show or something's going on, or the way that maybe you've done something and you're questioning how you've done it, or if you're not sure, that's okay. I still ask my Premier mom, and I've been in 7 years, about something that I may have a question about. Ask them. So if you don't know if what you're doing is correct, whether it be even entering a home show or giving out a gift card, or how you're acting at a show, or how someone's acting at a show and you're not sure how to conduct yourself there, ask them. Make sure that you're talking to your client and they'll help you. We hold our leadership, anyone that sponsors one person, accountable for representing not only our families but Premier in a respectful way. You may be the only person, this is for everybody, that someone will hear of Premier from. So we have to make sure that we're conducting ourselves in a manner that they understand that we're representing a huge, awesome company, and this is our job. So that means you need to look the part and act the part. Be a role model for your girls if you're a leader, but also for your business. You want to be someone that someone would emulate. So look at yourself and see if you walk into a room and they're like, man, I would love to be like the jewelry lady, that cracks me up still, then you know you're doing something really great. So make sure, this is how to keep up your look. So anybody that's always wondering what should I be doing to have an up-to-date look, you want to have an up-to-date hairstyle. That means if someone hasn't complimented you in 6 months on your hairstyle, I know that sounds crazy, right? You want to change it up, do something different, whether it's just to pull it half back. It doesn't have to be a drastic cut. You can do something new and refreshing to update your hairstyle. Have manicured nails, and guys, I do not have nail polish every time. I'm terrible. I laugh when I'm at shows, but I sometimes will just have them nicely polished with a clear polish, just because with having kids, it's hard to have my nail polished all the time. So it's not having these jagged nails or half polish on. No, I'm just kidding. You want to dress appropriately, which I know you guys all do. It's just making sure that when people walk in that room, they know who you are. They know that you're the jewelry lady, and again, they want to look and they like your outfit or something to that. You always want to leave the house in a nice outfit and cute accessories. Now that doesn't mean, I laugh because we did a training at the other group, and I laugh because, I mean, if you go out in yoga pants, that is okay. Wear yoga pants, but put on a really cute little jacket, put on a cute pair of earrings, jewelry. You can dress up yoga pants, I promise you. It's just when you want people coming out, looking at you, and if you're in your yoga pants and a hair, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm in
I saw a jeweler at the store. She wasn't wearing her jewelry.
Stop it. So, seriously. No, and we won't say anything. We might, no, I'm just kidding. We really won't. But make sure you put on a cute pair of earrings. If someone's like, it's been really hot out, I can't wear the necklaces, brace, wear something that defines you, and someone looks at you and goes, wow, she looks cute, even if it's in yoga pants. So just make sure that you're looking cute. But isn't it nice when someone compliments you? And I thought of Deb when she said, it's so nice when someone says something to us. You know, if someone's not complimenting you on your jewelry, on anything, I usually give my jewelry a week. Tandy Flynn, who's an amazing 7-diamond designer, always said if they don't compliment you on your necklace within a week, if you're going in and out, you know, every day, change up your necklace. That necklace is probably not going to be really hot for you. You can put it back on your table. You're going to notice it probably isn't selling. Wear something that's eye-catching so you can get those people complimenting you, and that way you can give out your information and get theirs in return. Leadership. You always want to be complimented on how you look all the time, either in the dress, hair, and jewelry. If you aren't, talk to your upline. This is for everybody. If you're self-conscious, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change, or, oh man, I really realized I haven't been complimented on. Talk to them. They can just tell you a simple tip that's not going to cost you a lot and just help you get that new updated look. Always dress the part for a jewelry show, obviously. If you blend in, they won't know who you are, and you're not going to separate yourself from them, so they're going to think that you're just one of us, and it's okay, and it's all right, we're the girlfriends, but you do want to have a little bit of a, you want them to notice you, and that way they respect you in a way. They kind of, it's just like at a job.
Accountability.
Yeah, it's an accountability for what you're doing. You always want to aim to wear $250 to $300 worth of jewelry at every show. I actually aim to do that when I go out and about. Eric will laugh at me, and I'll run back in and I'll be like, I forgot my necklace, and so I'll throw it all on, because $250 to $300 is actually just 6 accessories. That's a watch, because that's going to cost you around $100. Your necklace, which is a really fun, chunky one. Earrings, a bracelet, a ring, and if you feel like that's not enough, add another bracelet on your watch, or add 2 necklaces. You don't have to look crazy. Please don't stack 14 necklaces, but you can get. I've had someone do that. It's really funny. I told someone, have you ever heard you wear 6 to 11 accessories? You have a put together look. Well, one of my girlfriends down south literally put on 11 jewelry pieces on her neck, and I was like, hey, Mr. T, we're not going there. So it didn't look good. But she's like, but this is 11. I was like, no, don't do that. But, so how do you want to act? You want to be premier in all that you say and do. It is never okay, obviously, and I really hope no one's done this, to drink alcohol at your show, okay? Obviously. Huge, and there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to be at your girlfriend's house and it's going to be possibly tempting, but please don't do it. You can't drink at your shows. People are going to serve it. And are we going to walk out the door and say, I'm not saying you can't do that? No, obviously not. Something trick that I have done is, hey, I told you, I understand it's your home, but can you go ahead and serve it after I get out of here? I'll make chopping 30 minutes. I'll get out of here. You guys can have a good girls' night out. If you prep them of how you want the show to go, they usually are like, oh, okay, no problem.
That way you after, like you've done your thing.
After, that's what I say.
And they offer you, I say, I can't drink and jewel. And like that's usually how I get out of
There
it.
you go. Yeah, so make sure that you're just setting, and if the hostess knows ahead of time, like you're coaching them or whatever way that you have that relationship, make sure they know how the show's supposed to go. They know that if they know this is your job and not just something you do for fun, they respect you wholeheartedly. Especially if you say, I have 2 kids at home, I want to get home, make sure, they're like, okay, you don't have to be weird about it. So just kind of tell them what you need to do. And they actually don't ever mind. Obviously at any meetings, networking events, social events that have anything related to Premier. So we just joined the Chamber of Commerce, and the thing is they have a lot of social networking events, right? And you can get all this stuff for free, right? We do not, you can't. That's just something you have to respect. They're going to ask you, but you would have not known about that event had it not been through Premier. Regional rally, national rallies, anything that's Premier related, you can't do. So just make sure that you're adhering to that. The thing that's a policy that we need to stick by is because that's something that they've asked of us. We have to, they're our employer. I don't hate saying that they're really not, but they're who we're representing. We want to represent them in the best light possible. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. Also, the big thing that we want to make sure about how our actions are impacting is we want to be careful what we say to others. A lot of people, how many of you have a really good friend in this business? Awesome. How many of you are part of your downline or upline? Yep, okay. And how many of you are hoping that you're going to be sharing this business with your friends, family, everybody, right? You want to share a business, right? So that's going to happen, but we want to be really careful. I mean, obviously you're good girlfriends. You're going to be able to share this information with, but be careful if they're your downline. They want to hear you talking positively. They're not going to get in this business if you're talking negatively. Let's say, I'm picking on her right now, but let's say her training show did not go as well as she had hoped, okay? If she was talking to her girlfriend, Susie, and said, man, that training show just stank. I didn't do really well. Well, Susie's like, I'm never getting in the premiere, right? And not that she had the intention of ever having her join with her, but you never know what could happen. How many of you have had a down month? How many of you had several down months? How many of you are still in a bad month? Okay. It happens. You've been there. Transitions are tough, and that's something that I'll talk in the small group. But what's really important is if you're sharing that, except for your upline, share the hardships with your upline. Those are people that know, have cared about you, or someone that's been through the similar situation. But if you share it with someone in your downline or even sideline that's going through a similar situation, what are you guys doing? You guys are just being negative. And that's so hard because you can't be lifted up from negativity. So talk to someone, even if it's annoying. Like I said, I'm going to use Erica. She was so frustrated. There was a couple times where she had missed shows and all that. She came to me and she's like, whatever. And I literally like, but how are you doing this month? She's like, stop it, Erin. And I was like, what? How are you doing? She's like, well, I have 6 shows. I was like, how are you, don't look at the negative. She's like, and then she got mad at me because I couldn't be negative with her. But I'm like, what is that going to do for you, So go to the people that are going to be positive with you, that are going to lift you up in this business, because if you go to the negative people, they will bring you down, and guess what will happen? You'll end up quitting Premier when this could be the one thing that could get you out of what you're negative about. So we want to be careful who we talk to others about. We want to be careful about what we say about others or how we feel about others. Because again, those negative thoughts in our head will bring us down, and there's not going to help us. It's not going to make us feel any better. So if you're frustrated by an action, make sure you go to your upline, talk to them about it, because they may help you see something in a different light. And remember, we want to conduct ourselves with the highest integrity and think before we say something, especially if it's something that we're meeting for the first time. You don't know if that person that you've said something to, or a new jeweler sitting behind you and she's looking at this as like it's the best thing, and you've just brought a whole other perspective, when really the issue might not be that bad and we can totally work it out. They don't know you and will judge you. Women judge. I love us all, but we do. And actually people judge. Within the first 30 seconds, they've made about 11 assumptions of you. So if you say one thing that kind of catches them off guard, they're going to have that judgment on you, which is sad, but it's going to take a lot harder for you to get their respect back from you. You want to be a role model. So this is a lot for anybody actually that wants to sponsor. You want to make sure you're asking yourself, are you being a good role model for your girls? Are you consistently holding shows for every month? Are you consistently getting bookings at every show? Are you consistently sharing the business with others? Are you reaching out to your downline consistently and checking in on them, even if you have one person? Are you talking with them? Are you sharing how things are going with you? Don't be afraid to share how your month went. I know that sounds crazy, but they need to hear, I had 3 amazing shows this month. Do you know that? They don't know. I'm using Erica again because she's just funny. She literally was like, I didn't know you had someone join. And I was like, well, yeah, I don't share. She's like, you didn't tell me. But I didn't realize she's looking at me as an accountability partner in a way. Huge wake-up call to me. So share those, especially with people that want the same things from you. Tell them, because they're really interested. And if you're someone that's wanting to sponsor, tell someone else that wants to sponsor. That can set up an accountability partner. You have someone really fun to talk with, and get them on your team and want to help them out. All right. So thing that I want to say is being consistent, obviously, in all those areas as a leader, and even as someone that wants to do home shows just as, is going to keep you and propel you far in this business. So how do we stay organized? This is going to be a very broad overview of how to stay organized, because I know in the next couple months you're going to hear a lot of good stuff about taxes and stuff like that. But the one thing, and I love Lori for this, is find the right system. Always find the right system of what's going to work for you. And she has an amazing system. So you've got a leader in this area that is amazing. You go into her office and she can tell you exactly where everything is. But also, it's not about her office. Who has an awful office? Love you all, because I do too. Eric's because we share the same office. Okay, but the thing is he knows that I have my system of how I do things that to me matter most. So my hostess, okay, that's the most important thing to me. So I may not be organized in my office. Stop worrying about your office. I love him. He gets on me, and I do it maybe twice a year, like get it clean. But I know where everything is most of the time, and I take care of what I need to do. Because to me, what's the most important thing in this business? Hostess.